Hey guys, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you guys doing today? So today, welcome to week 2 of the movie Marquee update for November. If you're new, if you've never been seeing any of mine or Sandy's movie Marquee challenge videos, welcome. And basically, this is a collaboration between Sandy from Crochet Canada and myself. Hello, Sandy. Sandy, who's very busy this week, I believe. I was seeing something on her Facebook about her meeting a very famous YouTuber that we all know and love. Hi, Gary. Anyway, it is Sandy's brainchild idea that we started at the beginning of this year. We've we've switched off picking movies. This is like the last few months of me talking seems like me saying, my brain, it's not working. It's not getting any better either, let me tell you what. Anyway, we've been taking turns picking movies. Sandy from her Canadian hat and I from my cauldron, and we had pre-selected 6 movies. I suppose that works out mathematically at the beginning of the year, so that every other month we're each picking a movie at random though. And this month is Sandy's month, and I'm going to tell you about it first. Normally I'm like, I'll show you now, but I'm going to tell you about it first. Sandy's movie is Twilight, but she did say, and this is why I haven't thrown up the movie poster yet, she did say that she doesn't care which one you pick, which poster you pick. So I needed something quick and easy this time around because of dealing with the new puppies and everything. So I picked a pattern, I picked a yarn, and then I went, well, I didn't pick a yarn, I guess. I did pick the picture first, but I was already like, maybe this will work, and it did. But I picked a movie poster that I found for, I can never remember the name, because obviously, like I told you last time, I haven't seen them. I haven't seen these movies. And no, Ryan, I don't think I need to do that. So it's another instance of I think I'm funny when I'm not, probably. So sorry. Anyway, I think it was for New Moon. I think that's the name of it, and I think that's what I picked. It's one. Because the colors went with something that I knew I had that I thought would go well. And here's the poster right now. We'll see if maybe I did or didn't get the name of the movie right. But it goes with the colors that I picked, because this one kind of like, it's like somebody technicolored it. So it's got these muted colors, but they're a little more colory, I don't know how to put it, than the other posters that I saw. Because the other ones were more along my normal lines of, you know, black, gray. There was like a tannish, like a flesh color in there. Some nice gold for Edward the vampire's eyes. A lot of people have been picking up on like a honey brown or whatever, like a brown for Bella's hair, which in the thing I think hers is lighter than mine. Every time I think I have dark hair, people tell me I have light hair, and vice versa. When I'm like, yeah, I guess it's a light brown, then people are like, no, it's pretty dark. Can never please anybody. But I think Bella's in the picture is lighter than mine anyway, but a brown color nonetheless. And in this Technicolor one, which should still be over here, I picked mandala yarn, just regular mandala yarn, in the color Warlock, if you're familiar. Now, right now, I didn't bring my one full cake left that I have, but here is the beginning colors. And a lot of this, plus what's in the blanket itself, a lot of these colors were kind of up in the sky colors for this, because maybe it was Breaking Dawn. Is that one? You guys have already seen it by now. It's just not actually literally floating next to me, so obviously. Breaking Dawn? Okay, anyway. whichever one it was, the dawn, the rising of the sun, I'm assuming the sunrise is inspiration for them to technicolor it out and make it a little more pretty, yet muted, because it's still, from my assumption, like a emo-ish, gothy-ish kind of movie. So we don't want to make it like bright and pretty, right? So Warlock really hit those colors well, because first of all, to show you in the cake. So this would definitely be part of the night sky turning into, you know, Twilight, turning into the the other colors of the sky. But these are basically several different flesh tones, which I kind of felt hit the different characters actually pretty well. So they're the different like tanny flesh colorings, and those moved into this pretty amberish yellow gold. Edward's eyes, I think his name is Edward, I'm pretty sure. But here is the actual, this is only folded in half, but so it is twice as wide as I'm showing it here. So this is a pattern from Creative Grandma, and it will be linked below. I know a few of you asked me last time, because I forgot to link it, if I would link it. It is in last week's video now, also in the description box, but I will link it down below here again in this description box, because I cannot remember for sure the name, but I think she calls it like a simple quick ripple pattern. Quick ripple pattern. That might be it. But, and like I made the joke last week that I always try to tie in my movie themes somehow, and the only thing I really had besides I needed this month to be quicker was that these they're not V-stitches, they're 2 double crochets, but they're dipped in, like this row dips in between these 2 double crochets. There's no space in it, right? So they're like mini V stitches, I guess. But like V for vampire, that's not going to be funny all month. It really wasn't funny the first month. I know some of you guys humored me and said that you found it pretty funny, but but that's like the closest thing that I had to relate it, other than the coloring, because I think the colors really hit in that poster. I really do. Like I didn't look at the poster or have the thing in mind and then just search for a poster, but it worked out really well that way, basically. Because I did want to use a mandala. I have quite a few mandala cakes, so I wanted to use some, because my goal with this also this year has been to use stuff out of my stash, out of my collection, and not have to go out and buy yarn for it. Like, I'm aware that with my yarn haul videos and stuff, I'm obviously buying yarn, but nothing like, well, I have this project in mind, let's go specifically buy, let's just start using from what I have. You know, that's my goal, to get down some of this stash collection. I do prefer the word collection. I just know a lot of people call it a stash, so I guess I use them both interchangeably. But to me, I feel like it's a collection is more of a proud word, you know, like get it out there. This is my collection. This is my hobby. This is what I do. You know, I could go on a little rant about this, but like, display that, you know, loud and proud. Anyway, so last week, I think I had it up to like here maybe, and I was just ending, I think maybe I even ended the cake, and the cake did end in this red section, this deep maroony red section. And if I had left the cake alone and started from the middle, which you see I didn't, because here's the pull, and I usually do, if I had left it alone, it would have went into this, where would it have started? I think in this blue coloring. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it would have started here. So this hard blue would have been against here. There would have been no like fade color in between. So what I did was I pulled out the very center, because the center pull would have been the blue. I pulled it out to the red so that the red could join its brethren red here, and I did that all the way up till it turned blue. And it just gave me a little tiny bit of blue too at the end. Then I left that alone, and I started from the outside of the cake, because the outside of the cake was blue, a little bit of blue again. So we just got this little ridge of blue from basically the inside and the outside of the cake. And then that was going to go through the color changes and kind of make it the opposite, right? So I basically just reversed the color. So I did do some color controlling on this, and usually I don't. I usually let everything go where it will, fall where it falls. But I wanted this to be really pretty. I wanted it to have the lines of the sunset, and not just be some random hodgepodge of colors, whether they fit or not. So I think I did okay doing it that way. Like, I mean, I think it looks much better. I'm much happier, because at first I did start the blue here, and it was just this hard line, and it would have been fine. Like, that doesn't usually bother me, but I don't know, this time it just did, because I wanted it to be like really flowy in coloring. So, and I'm hoping, like you can see, I purposely didn't make it terribly big this time, because that was my second kind of goal, was to stop making blankets that are so big you can burrito yourself entirely in them. Like, not stop, but like every blanket doesn't need to be that big. I'm well aware. Especially if I intend to gift these, somebody's going to need baby blankets, or, whatever. If I intend to sell them, not everybody wants to buy a ginormous blanket. So I need to make them smaller. So this one is plenty wide, and it is this long, if you can see. This long, there we go. So I'm kind of hoping, because this cake is going to go all the way up to this, I don't know how well you can see it because my light's blinding me, but this goes from this lightish purple to a dark purple, and then there's just the hint of a red, because that would be where it flows back into the red if you wanted to do it that way. And this is going to take me into that deep red purple color, this current color, whatever you want to call it. So I'm kind of hoping that it will be long enough with the 2 cakes. I do have a 3rd cake, and I think I will just basically color control that so the purple starts bouncing back up the next time, if that's what happens. So we'll see. The stitch is so snuggly and soft and squishy. It's really great. And it does work up really fast. Like, I could have actually, as much as I've been worried about a time crunch, I could have dedicated more time to this easily. Like, I've stopped and done other things. I didn't get any of my writing done, which was my goal for this month. I kind of just pushed that to the back burner, I guess. But that's okay. There's always next year, or I could just work on this one through the year and be ready for next year's Nano with a 3rd book then. It'll be okay. So yeah, and it's very squishy, and it's lovely, and it's something I could see, like, I'm wanting to do some scrapkins coming up, so I'm kind of thinking maybe this pattern would be lovely for scrapkins because of how quickly it works up. But yeah, I really, really love it. I love the colors of it. So happy that when Walmart had been clearancing them out, I mean, they have more back in now. I think they just clearanced out the labels or something. It's not like a clearanced out color. I definitely saw it at the store. Saw it at Walmart the other day, actually. But I'm glad I got it when it was when they were clearancing it for whatever reason, for the labels or whatever. And yeah, this is one of my favorite colors of mandala, so love it. So anyway, the other part that I neglected to say at the beginning was that we have our Facebook groups linked below, and the reason why we show you the movie posters is that we ask if you want to play along, if you want to make anything. It doesn't have to be a blanket. Sandy's making all sorts of stuff. Blankets are just my thing, kind of. Plus, it got rid of a lot more yarn, I think, than most things that I would otherwise make for this challenge. So I'm happy about that. Like, so happy about that. Like, I kind of wish I had kept track through the year of how much yarn. Like, I keep all my yarn in a box, like a shoe box, just out of the way. Not all my yarn. All my yarn bands, my ball bands. So that, because at the end of the year, over New Year's, I like to do kind of a roundup, like how much yarn have I used kind of thing. And I wish I'd kept separately all the ones from the movie Marquee. Like, I might be able to go pick through and find them, but if not, c'est la vie. Maybe next time. But yeah, so we're inviting you to join along. Anyway, I know there's like some really cool stuff. Like at the beginning of the year, somebody was making doll blankets to match it. I thought that was the coolest idea ever. There are people making squares for the month of the movie, and then presumably joining them at the end of the year. There are, there's baskets that have been made. I think there's been one amigurumi, has there not? Maybe not. There might have been, but you're welcome to do that. Yeah. So it's fun. So if you would want to post them on Sandy's page and my page, we love looking at them. I love looking at anything you guys want to show me like that. I know we share a lot of like nerd stuff, Stranger Things stuff, yarn hauls. I love looking at yarn hauls. Love it. Makes, what you're working on, what you're not finished, what you've already finished, all of it. So even if not for the movie Marquee, if you're not join our groups, because we love to look at that kind of stuff. And if you want to share it, we want to see it. But on that note, I am going to go. If you haven't, make sure to go to Sandy's channel and give her all the yarny love, do all the things, subscribe and like and comment and whatnot. And yeah, I guess I'm going to go, but hopefully you were playing along and join us next time, and you'll see me in other videos because I have some other stuff to do tonight. So, all right, I will talk to you guys later. I love you. Bye, guys.